Hey, what's up, everybody? Uh, I've had a few people contact me and ask me over the past months or even a year or so about the whole ordeal about me selling my soul. Like, what did it look like? What was my testimony concerning that? And I'll just try to keep it short. Uh, I was in a real bad situation. Uh, I was selling drugs. I got kicked out of living with my family members. I got kicked out the house. And make a long story short, I ended up in an abandoned crack house. And where a baser was living there, and a couple basers was staying there, and it didn't have running water or anything. And I was doing really bad. I didn't have food. I didn't have water to take a bath or a shower. And I was really frustrated. I felt like I didn't have anyone. I felt like I was so alone. Like, I felt like God didn't care about me anymore. And, mind you, when I was young, I used to walk around praying all the time. Like, if you don't believe me, you can ask anyone that knows me from my youth. They can verify, like, you know what I'm saying? I used to see things, and I didn't understand it. My mom knew at the time that, it was a prophetic gift in me. I was seeing spirits and stuff, and having like bad dreams. But then I also had dreams that I was walking with Jesus. But anyway, went through a traumatic childhood or whatever. That's a whole nother story. But I got in that place and I felt like no one cared about me. And I didn't have anything. And it came to my mind like, well, a lot of people sell their soul to the devil, you know what I'm saying? And, they have to pay a price, but he'll give them anything they want. And, and I was a firm believer, like, because I believed in God for all my life. So I knew the devil was real, and I really felt like he would answer my prayer. So, I didn't do like a blood sacrifice or something like that. But what I did do is I got on my knees, and instead of saying the Lord's Prayer, how you would primarily say it, I replaced it with like dark Lord and dark Father, and I was talking to Satan directly, and I was rejecting God, and I told him I wanted him to be my daddy, I wanted him to be my father and take care of me because God didn't care about me. And I told him that I would bring millions of young people to hell with me. And the thing about it, I meant what I said. I totally meant what I said. And make it no better, at that time my street name was Sin. And I'm not saying sin like S-E-N-D, I mean sin, S-I-N. I was known by Sin for, some people still call me Sin. And I tried to get people to call me Sincere, but it don't really bother me. But at that time, it really did. And I guess it does a little now, because sin, who wants to be sin? That's the devil, you know what I mean? We're falling, but that's the name I was going by. But anyway, to make a long story short, I got on my knees, I said the prayer, and it felt crazy, like when I was saying it, but I was looking forward to it happening. And within a month, I'll tell you, I started making more money than I ever made in my life. I prayed for money, respect, girls. Some of you know my story. I've slept with so many girls, you know what I'm saying? And it's a miracle I didn't catch anything. And but I knew there was a price. It's a lot of things I went through. It's so many times I could have lost my life. I went through so much stuff, faced so many charges. Even when I used to record in the studio, I would listen to the playback, and to me it didn't sound bad, but the guy that was recording me, he was like, bro, you need to tone down your lyrics. But after I came to Christ, I heard some of the lyrics, and it literally sounded like more than one person rapping. It sounded like dual voices or something. It sounded so demonic. And I was just always talking about shooting people and killing them. And, I loved horror movies. I got heavy into porn and all that type of stuff. And even when I got out of that situation, I remember I went to a service, and, someone told me they seen like demonic spirits all over me. And, it could have been because, like I said, I prayed. Like, I really believe you can pray to Satan. I do believe it's people that does a blood sacrifice and, draws a pentagram and stuff. And honestly, I would have did all that if I had to at that moment in time, because I felt like no one cared about me. I felt like I didn't have anyone. I mean, I don't know if you know how that feels to feel like you have no one. You know what I'm saying? I was there. And even after me becoming a Christian, I went through a season, and I actually reached out to Satanists. You know what I'm saying? I was in a season of wanting to commit suicide. Like, I was dealing with a lot of issues, and I didn't have anyone to talk to. And then if I did talk to someone, it seemed like I started hearing it back from someone else, so I felt like it wasn't being kept confidential. You know, that happens in the church sometimes. You got to really watch who you tell your stuff to, because somebody else you don't even know might just come back, and it might come back to hunt you. But it shouldn't be like that in the church, man. It's a lot of people dealing with struggles. You know, a lot of times we go outside the church, and we believe it's everyone outside of the church that is hurting, that's broken, that's lost. Sometimes it's someone sitting right next to you. I've been that guy. Sometimes I'm still that guy. Sometimes I'm still broken. You know, I'm not struggling with all the stuff from the past, though I do have my stuff I battle. But, I mean, it's crazy. And, one guy left a comment. He couldn't believe I had sold my soul to the devil. And the thing about it, I knew I was going to hell, because even when I would talk with friends, and they'll ask me, like, where do you think you're going? I said, well, I know I'm going to hell. And it's like, why are you going to hell? I said, because I'm not serving God. You know, I was raised in church. My mom dedicated me to God. The doctors tried to get my mom to abort me. She wasn't even supposed to be able to have me. And then they tried to get her to abort me because it was like a 10% chance of survival, you know, for both of us. But she listened to the word of the Lord, and now I'm here. And yeah, I deal with health issues. I go through a lot of stuff. And but God is faithful. He uses me. I'm not bragging. He can use anyone. I'm surprised that he uses me, because I get a lot of people messaging me and texting me over, since I've been saved. I gave my life to God January 21st, 2011. And, I've prayed for people before they ran around the church, dropped their cane. I've gave prophetic words. And this is just normal Christianity. This is nothing special. If I have a gift, it's for the body. But I'm not on here to boast or brag, because I feel like if you seek the Lord and you're obedient, he'll use you. And this is on the tip of the iceberg. It's like, I don't even feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be yet. I yearn and hunger for more of the Lord. Even at the moment, I'm trying to get into ministry school. Like, I want a firm foundation. Yeah, I've seen people healed. I've given people accurate prophetic words, but that's not what it's about. It's about seeking the face of Jesus. I want to be so in love with Jesus that nothing else matters. So for anybody that was wondering, I could give you more details of all the stuff I've been through. But I'm releasing music soon, and I'm going to probably start doing little videos or whatever pretty soon. I don't know, whenever God puts it on my heart. But if you have any questions about me, my testimony, or if you don't know Jesus personally, hey, hit me up, and I'd love to let you know about the love he has for you, and that he has a plan and a call and a destiny for your life. All right, love you guys. See you later.